everything's changed here, except some things inside of me. I've hid them from the world, kept them under lock and key, like the sound of my mama's voice calling me back home to the place where I belong. Far away, far away. Don't know why I left you, and look how long I've stayed far away, far away. How'd I get so far away?
On behalf of the town of Bartow and the Jordan family, I welcome all of you to the dedication of the Bartow Museum to Patsy Todd Jordan.
In 1992, when Patsy and Hubert moved to Bartow, Patsy immediately zeroed in on this building, and she saw greater plans for it than the storage house it was being used for. Hubert and John Manson got busy arranging for 2 major grants from the Department of Transportation for restoration of the depot. The first one went for the roof. The second one went for replacing the deck and repairing walls inside and flooring and wiring and heating and air conditioning and so forth. And all this was done on Patsy's watchful eye. Vintage materials had to be acquired, dark ovens framed and matted and hung, about a jillion pieces of text that I researched for Patsy and wrote up for the museum. They had to do everything according to the demands of the National Preservation Society. With the help of community service workers and John's supervision, things began to slowly take shape. And by November 6 and 7, 2010, we had a formal opening of the museum.
I want to extend a special recognition to the Bartow Community Club, for without its support, Patsy's vision of the museum would not have been realized. Patsy knew early on it would take institutional strength to grow and sustain the museum for any foreseeable future.
Many others, we can't go through the whole list, have made donations, financial donations and donations of artifacts and documents.
And their labor and their historical items, like it says here, and donations and even inspiration to the museum. And we want to thank everyone who's done that throughout the years.
The people who gave to the museum far exceeded anybody's dream about how much it would be. Now, I don't know what they gave, but I'm told it was just unbelievable. That kept the museum open, and we can pay these volunteers well.
To the museum volunteers that keep the museum open, a great big thank you.
18 volunteers keeping it open 3 days a week. That's incredible for a town this size. Absolutely incredible.
It's just amazing that the town this small has a museum of that quality, and that is a reflection of the town and just the community in the area.
On one Friday and Saturday, so help me, there were people visiting the museum from Australia, London, New Zealand, Italy, the Czech Republic, Atlanta, Tennessee, and Kite.
We have plans to do even more to enhance the museum.
Hope this museum is enjoyed for years to come, and it gets added to, and it is just full of people's love.
In her own words, she declares on the walls of the museum, "I fell in love with the little town of Bartow. The Bartow Museum was my labor of love and is now my way of giving back."
I want you to look at those geraniums when you go over there today. Those geraniums are the ones that Patsy planted last spring. And they came back in full bloom for this event.
But we'd be talking and she'd say, "I've got to go do 100 things."
She was so busy. She did so many things. And I said, "Patsy, how I don't understand. How can you do all this?" And she said, "Well, you know, Rosie, you take it as it comes. You take it as it comes."
Father, thank you for all the lives that have been touched and will be touched by all the work and effort that Sister Patsy put into this museum.
As the bronze plaque next to the door of the museum says, "The Bartow Museum is dedicated to the memory of Patsy Todd Jordan, honoring her devoted service to the town of Bartow and to this museum."